Hello, hello, my beauties and bees, and welcome to another installment of Cryptic Corner. This is our episode before Christmas, if you can't tell by looking at me. But in this little corner of the internet, we explore the unexplained, the supernatural, the paranormal and hidden, the mysterious, the alien, the accursed, and the forbidden. And today we're looking at some weird genetics. So those are always fun with me. I like the science heavy stuff because I get to teach you all about some things. Like this is the type of segment of the show where we learn that we've done it before. We learned like that mountain lions, for instance, there's no documented record of them being black, right? Like a black cougar, a black panther. Black panthers would be a leopard or a jaguar, not a cougar, because cougars cannot genetically they cannot be black. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but there's other things that can't that genetically cannot happen in nature that are sometimes reported too. And today is one of those instances, and we're gonna go through a whole spectrum of it. And I figure we go through this like a group of felines at a time. So today we're starting with tigers. Now, for a long time, I had this on the polls just for the Maltese tiger standalone, right? But, good morning, AJ. But I have expanded it a bit because there's more to talk about than just blue tigers. Tigers come in a lot of weird colors and patterns and stuff, and we're going to find out about it. So, when I was a little tot exploring the internet, no, I did. I mean, the internet came out when I was, or we got the internet, I should say the internet came out. We got the internet in 1996, right? When I was a kid, but it's a very different internet. But when I first got like my own place, and this was one of the things that I liked to go on, I always had, from then on, I always had a connected desktop computer. I don't know if I could live without a connected desktop computer, but I would engage in forums and debates and stuff. And this place was my citation for a lot of my cryptozoological claims about mystery cats and hybrids and things like that. It's called Messy Beast, and I believe that PZ Myers used to have a beef with this guy. PZ Myers would not have liked younger me, because I was like into this sort of thing. But they had like a sort of a rivalry going on. PZ actually did a couple of videos, I think, criticizing. Here, hold on. Is this it? I'm trying to find it. Oh no, that's freaking. Ew, I'm not going to that. That's Quain's blog. I was looking for PZ's blog about Messy Beast, but I can't find it. I'm not going to worry about it right now, though. For what it's worth, this guy actually makes genetic claims about hybridization and heritable traits and things like that. It gets pretty wild. But this is one of the first. This might be the first place that I learned about blue tigers in general, the Maltese tiger. And it's not called Maltese because it's from Malta. It's called a Maltese tiger because the shade of blue that it is a Maltese blue. So just to be clear, that's like when you think of a blue tiger, you don't really think of like I know that the polls had it showing as an actual blue tiger, but you think of it more like a Russian blue cat, like that shade of blue, if you know what I mean. But this site has been around since I first started, like back when I was doing the forums thing, when I was on Carnivora and Unexplained Mysteries and all these old forum sites, and I was like, I was moderator on a lot of them and had a lot of power and authority, right? to dictate what was released in I would often cite this. This is almost a blog in and of itself, but I digress. This and Carl Schucker. Does Carl Schucker have a blue tiger? I didn't even look. Carl sometimes watches live from the Hive or watches CrypticCorner. He's commented on some of my videos. Yes, I was like, ooh, this is cool. I'm going to... Here we go. Yeah, Schucker has talked about it too on his blog, which is freaking so chock full of ads that it annoys me. Yes, Forbidden Lore. But he's talked about the blue tiger too. And it's a cool concept, right? So I'm not gonna go through and read all of this, but just kind of giving you an idea. The Chinese blue tiger, and see, as you can see here, that it's depicted as more gray. It's basically that it has all the orange washed out of it, and the only thing that's left is muted tones. But some molts of Siberian tigers don't have as much. What's the red pigment called? I know the conditions like erythrism or whatever. Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's like the inversion of that. Like we have different. You have melanin, which is a blacker, dark pigmentation, which leaves things that creates melanistic organisms like a black panther. Other animals could be melanistic too, of course. There's melanistic water monitors that look freaking gorgeous. Oh my gosh. But I don't know what the opposite of that would be though. And then there's other conditions too, like leucism. I don't know how to say all these words correctly. I'm not I'm not trained in genetics, so I'm doing my best. Who will come at me will be the snake breeder people, because they got all these terms down pat. They know them. They just roll off their tongue. I was an insect person. Well, there's albinism, where there's no colored pigment, and then there's leucism, where there's like some colored pigment, but certain layers are missing. And then there's piebald, where different sections of the body have no pigment. There's a lot of different conditions that can come into play. But so far, there's never been an actual blue tiger or a black tiger until recently. That's what we're going to get to soon, too. There's never been a blue tiger captured and studied by science, right? This is how they're depicted in art. Pseudo-melanism. Yeah. So I guess that's what you would call this condition, is pseudo-melanism, where they lose the red pigment or replace the red pigment with melanin, or that the red pigment's so overpowered by the melanin that they appear slate gray. So I just checked my oversized sleepy shirt for washing directions, and it has a list of sizes. It's medium everywhere but Japan, where it's an extra large. Oh my goodness. I have the ashes of a blue pit bull and a pendant around my neck. Yeah, blue. I love blue mastiffs and blue bullies. Yeah, so cute. My friend Samantha just got a little brindle. It looks like it's a terrier boxer mix. She's a little cutie. She's got a brindle coat that's so pretty. But yeah, so there's lore behind this, and sightings and reports of the blue tiger roaming China. But I did find a video that covers it. It's just kind of short. No, that's the black tiger. Where's the blue tiger? That's not what I wanted either. Here we go. Hold on. Let me turn the audio on. That'll help you guys hear it.
Ever wondered if all tigers are orange with black stripes? Let's delve into the world of an extraordinary creature known as the Maltese tiger.
Well, I mean, we know they aren't. We all know they aren't thanks to, like, Siegfried and Roy, right? We know that that all tigers aren't orange with black stripes. There's some that are completely white with no stripes at all. There's some white with black stripes, some white with gray or silvery stripes. And yeah, not deer. We did do a not deer video. Did you see the not deer video? I have seen piebald deer and albino deer in the wild, and when I was in Southeast Asia, I saw a water deer with fangs. Yeah.
A mystifying variant that shatters our stereotypical image of these majestic beasts. The Maltese tiger, also known as the blue tiger, is unique for its remarkable blue or gray coat, a stark contrast to the familiar orange and black. This distinctive coloration is where the term Maltese originates. It doesn't reference the Mediterranean island, as one might guess, but rather, it denotes an unusual color variant found in many species, from cats to rabbits, and yes, even tigers. It's a term that paints a picture of the exotic and the mysterious, just like the Maltese tiger itself. The first reports of these fascinating creatures emerged in the late 19th century. These tales...
That's one of my... Yeah, I love that episode. The only thing I didn't like about that episode was how the video that we were watching just kept scrolling through the same clip show of like deer on trail cams.
came from the dense, unexplored forests of southeast China, where locals spoke of a strange blue-gray tiger lurking in the shadows. These stories intrigued explorers and naturalists alike, who ventured into the wilderness to catch a glimpse of this elusive creature. In those times, the world was still full of undiscovered wonders, and the thought of a blue tiger sent ripples of excitement through the scientific community. The idea that something so extraordinary could exist, hidden away in the depths of the Chinese forest...
It wouldn't be extraordinary, though, would it? I mean, no different than a white tiger's extraordinary. If there was a blue tiger, then we would just, find out why genetically it was blue, and we'd be like, okay, this is why sometimes tigers are blue, the same way we are like, this is why sometimes jaguars are black. And
was a tantalizing prospect. It was a testament to the vast diversity and richness of our planet's wildlife. The Maltese tiger might have been dismissed as a mere legend if it wasn't for the skin and bones that surfaced in local markets. These tangible pieces of evidence confirmed the existence of the blue tiger, and suddenly, the legend became a reality. The blue tiger was no longer a creature of myth and folklore, but a living, breathing part of our world's fauna.
Then show it to me.
Thus, the Maltese tiger stepped out of the shadows and into human knowledge.
That was a white tiger. Then that's an orange tiger reconstruction. So where's the blue tiger?
Despite this, the blue tiger remains shrouded in mystery, a tantalizing enigma in the vast tapestry of nature. In the early 20th century, the Maltese tiger, also known as the blue tiger, evolved from a rumor to a creature of interest. This elusive beast, shrouded in mystery, was the subject of numerous accounts and sightings, particularly in China, where it was rumored to roam the dense forests of the Fujian province. One of the earliest and most compelling accounts came from Harry Caldwell, an American missionary and avid hunter, who ventured to China in the early 1900s. Caldwell's fascination with the natural world and his penchant for adventure led him to the remote corners of the Fujian province, a place teeming with wildlife and untouched by the hands of modernity. Caldwell's accounts of the Maltese tiger paint a...
See, and that's kind of like what they're talking about, except with the Maltese tiger, except for the gray areas would need to be darker. But like, it's really close to what they talk about. So Maybe the Maltese tiger was a leucistic tiger. I think these are leucistic because their eyes aren't pink.
A vivid picture of a creature unlike any other. According to his descriptions, the tiger bore an unusual blue-gray hue, a coloration that was both beautiful and eerie, lending the animal an almost spectral quality. This, coupled with the tiger's rare sightings, earned it the moniker the Blue Phantom. Caldwell's claims were met with both intrigue and skepticism. While some dismissed his accounts as mere fabrications, others were captivated by the possibility of such a...
Well, there's so many colonizers to discuss, and yeah, it's like, oh, it has to be true because this white man saw it. It's so funny. It's like, you know, these people are seeing it all over China or whatever. People are reporting it, Chinese people. It's like, oh, we can't believe them. They're Chinese, but this white man saw it, so...
creature's existence. The Blue Phantom was not just a tiger. It was a symbol of the mysteries that still lay hidden within nature's folds, a testament to the wild and untamed beauty of our world. The Blue Phantom's allure was not limited to its unusual coloration. Its elusive nature, the rarity of its sightings, and the intrigue that surrounded its existence all contributed to its growing fame. It was a living enigma, a creature that sparked curiosity and wonder, a symbol of the unexplored and the unknown. In the years that followed, the Blue Phantom continued to captivate the world's curiosity. It became a subject of numerous studies and expeditions, with scientists and adventurers alike venturing into the heart of the Fujian forests in hopes of catching a glimpse of this elusive...
I like that word, Fujian forest. If I look that up, is it going to bring me a thing? Fujian forest. I think like a Fuji apple. Let's see. So it's like South China is probably the closest we're going to get to finding the Fujian forest. So this section of the continent. And this forest is pretty sustained, it looks like, but you know, there's no tigers left in this part of China as far as I know. This part of the country is without tigers at all, and the only, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, the only part of China that still has tigers is way over here in like the Yunnan province and Sichuan, and then way up here where there might be Siberian tigers near the Mongolian and North Korean border. But I digress. Come on, where was I?
Creature. The Blue Phantom, as it was sometimes called, began to captivate the world's curiosity. As decades passed, the Maltese tiger remained elusive, but its story continued to grow. During the mid-20th century, the Maltese tiger became a focal point of scientific curiosity. Researchers and wildlife enthusiasts alike were intrigued by its unique blue-gray coat, a stark contrast to the...
I did when I say Fujian, I mean like the Fujian, like Mortal Kombat, but like Fujian province, which is in southwest China, I think. Yeah, that's like where Fuji apples come from, or allegedly come from.
The familiar orange and black stripes of its more common...
I don't know enough about their cultivar to make that claim, but I'm assuming that's where they're supposed to have come from. There's Mount Fuji, of course. But isn't that... Where is Mount Fuji? Because maybe that's where Fuji apples come from. 'Cause that's in Japan. Are Fujian apples from the Fujian region of China, which is what I thought, or are they from like Japan? Surely they're from that region of China, and that's where they grow at, right? Anybody who knows about cultivars, where's Titan? Titan might know. Yeah, Mount Fuji's, so like There has to be, because I could see the apples being apples coming from Japan too, but I wouldn't think they'd come from like a snow cap. They could though, but I would think that I always thought that they come from the Fujian region of China. And there's Pacific Islands called Fiji. Yeah, well, Fiji. I know it's not Fiji. Fiji apples are from the Caribbean. What? No. Are you kidding me? Because Fiji's in the South Pacific, right? Fiji is... Here, we can go back to the map, right? So, how many maps do I need? Jesus. Where's this at? South America. So, anyway, Fiji's over here in the South Pacific, right? Somewhere out here. Where are you, Fiji? Yeah, right here. Fiji's pretty big, though. But I don't think that's where the Fuji apples come from. I thought they came from here. I don't know why I'm getting all hung up on this apple thing. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Parts. This distinctive hue sparked a flurry of theories and speculation. Some scientists proposed that the Maltese tiger's unusual coloration might be the result of a genetic mutation. They hypothesized that this mutation affected the distribution and concentration of pigments in the tiger's fur. This theory was exciting, as it suggested a new avenue of exploration into the genetic diversity of the tiger species. Others were more
skeptical. And I like this I like the plausible cryptids, like mutations of existing color morphs and stuff like that. Those types of cryptids really intrigue me. They're just not as exciting for a lot of people as something like Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster, but they're freaking cool. Could you imagine walking through the cane forest of Southeast Asia and coming across a Maltese tiger with slate blue fur? That would be amazing.
Suggesting that the reported sightings of the Maltese tiger...
Thank you, Aunt Jer. You're the bomb.com. Love you, babe. Yeah, from Fujisaki, Japan. Fuji apples come from. So I was wrong about that. See? I'm wrong, about a lot of stuff all the time. The Fugees made great music in the 90s. Oh, I remember that, too.
Were simply misinterpretations of lighting conditions or the result of a trick of the eye. They argued that the blue-gray stripes might be an optical illusion caused by the interplay of light and shadow in the tiger's natural habitat.
So that's the thing too about you see a tiger or an orangutan. They got this bright orange fur, right? And it's why would you have that in a green jungle? And most predators, most prey eyes too, most animal eyes, we're a rare exception, are not able to differentiate green from orange very well. So an orange coat blends right in. That's why, leopards and jaguars have orange fur. Tigers have orange fur. So many jungle cats, smaller jungle cats have an orange coat. And orangutans have orange. What kind of battery life do them earbuds have? I don't know. A few hours. They've never died. They never died during the show, but if they did, I have headphones up here I can switch out to. One of them doesn't work quite as well as it used to. It's kind of jacked up. But anyway, the fur color is being orange stands out to us because we have cones in our eyes to pick out red because we're frugivores, which orangutans have too. But being frugivorous, we need to be able to distinguish red ripe fruit from the green surroundings, right? Or so the cones that pick up the red and yellow wavelengths distinguish that from the green noise going on around them. But like a predator doesn't need that. Herbivore doesn't really need that, but a frugivore really does. And we have frugivore ancestors. We also have insectivore ancestors, though. Don't get me wrong. That's why our eyes face forward. And why we have eyes that are pretty large for our heads. The tiger, if you look at a tiger in the jungle in black and white, you can see why it blends in, though. But if it was blue, it would stick out like a sore thumb. The blue and purple spectrum, the ultraviolet spectrum, and the blue light wavelengths are also pretty neat. Because that's what birds and like pollinating insects and stuff use to pick out flowers among the green noise. So that's another cool factor.
The Maltese tiger was also the subject of several scientific studies during this period. Researchers attempted to gather evidence to support or refute the various theories, but the elusive nature of the tiger made it difficult to obtain conclusive data. They examined photographs, analyzed reported sightings, and even conducted genetic analyses on samples purported to be from the Maltese tiger. However, the results were often inconclusive, adding to the mystery and intrigue surrounding the creature. The scientific community was not the only group captivated by the Maltese tiger. The general public, too, was fascinated by the tales of this unusual creature. Stories and legends about the Maltese tiger proliferated, often featuring the tiger as a symbol of mystery and the unknown. Despite the intrigue, the Maltese tiger remained a creature of myth and speculation. Even as the scientific community continued to probe its secrets, the Maltese tiger retained its enigmatic aura, a blue phantom in the annals of wildlife history. In the late 20th century, the Maltese tiger, already rare, became even harder to find. This elusive creature, with its unique blue-gray coat, was faced with a myriad of threats that made its survival increasingly precarious. The primary factor that led to the decline in Maltese tiger populations was habitat loss. Rapid urbanization and agricultural expansion meant that the dense forests, the tiger's natural habitat, were disappearing at an alarming rate. As their home diminished, so did their numbers. Poaching was another major threat. The Maltese tiger's unusual coloration made it a coveted prize for hunters and collectors. Its hide was a symbol of status and wealth, and it fetched a high price on the black market. Despite strict laws against hunting and trading endangered species, the enforcement was weak, and the penalties were not deterrent enough. This, coupled with the tiger's shrinking habitat, made it an easy target. The combination of these factors led to a steady decline in the Maltese tiger population. Sightings became less frequent, and by the late 20th century, they almost ceased altogether. The last confirmed...
Why are you saying confirmed, though? There's like no... Show me the blue tiger hides. That's what I want to see.
Sighting of a Maltese tiger was in the late 1900s. Since then, despite numerous expeditions and extensive research, no confirmed sightings have been reported. This disappearance has left a void in the heart of wildlife enthusiasts and conservationists. The Maltese...
So where are the hides, though? We still have the lions of Tsavo. We still have 19th century taxidermy. Where are these? If there was enough that it was like confirmed that they exist, there should be like lot numbers and people who researched it, not just hey, someone said they had this hide in their collection and with no evidence other than someone said so.
Tiger, once a mesmerizing mystery, seemed to vanish as silently as it had appeared. Its loss is not just a blow to biodiversity, but also a harsh reminder of the impact of human activities on our planet's wildlife. The tale of the Maltese tiger serves as a stark warning, a call to action for conservation, and a reminder that we must do better to protect the Earth's precious and diverse inhabitants. Today, the Maltese tiger remains a legend, a symbol of the mysteries that nature still holds. As we
Are you
delve
going for a minimum word count on this? You keep saying the same things over and over again.
deeper into the 21st century, our fascination with this elusive creature is as alive as ever. The Maltese tiger, with its striking blue coat and mysterious aura, continues to capture the imagination of scientists, wildlife enthusiasts, and the public alike. In the realm of scientific research, the quest to find evidence of the Maltese tiger's existence is ongoing. Biologists, geneticists, and wildlife experts tirelessly comb through historical records, scrutinize tiger populations, and analyze DNA samples, all in the hopes of uncovering a trace of this fabled beast. While definitive proof remains elusive.
See, that's not to say that these things can't happen. Like we had the Quinling, was it Quinling panda, the brown panda. Yeah, hold on, let me pull it up. Brown panda. There we go. Yeah, so I mean these like cool like rare color morphs exist of rare animals. Look at that, the Quinling panda. It's like brown coloration. It's a subspecies of giant panda discovered in 1959, but not recognized as a subspecies until 2005. It has its own unique coloration.
The pursuit of the Maltese tiger is a testament to our enduring curiosity and our thirst for understanding the world around us. But the significance of the Maltese tiger extends beyond the scientific realm. It holds an important place in our culture, appearing in literature, art, and folklore. Its unique blue hue and enigmatic nature have inspired countless stories, paintings, and even films, making it a cultural icon. The Maltese tiger serves as a powerful symbol of the wild's...
Then why was it so hard to find a decent video about it that was actually supporting the fact that it existed, except for these crappy AI videos? Remember when believers used to care and give a damn, and they would do videos, and they would actually come on camera and read it, and you could respond to them. And now they all do AI, and I feel like I'm arguing with a robot.
untamed beauty and the enchanting mysteries it still harbors. Moreover, the Maltese tiger plays a crucial role in raising awareness about tiger conservation. As we marvel at the possibility of a blue tiger, we are reminded of the urgent need to protect these majestic creatures and their habitats. The Maltese tiger's tail underscores the importance of biodiversity.
It's literally a leopard AI person.
And the dire consequences of habitat loss and poaching. The Maltese tiger, whether it prowls in reality or only in our imaginations, continues to captivate and inspire us. Its legend serves as an enduring reminder of the wonders of the natural world and our responsibility to preserve them. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of the Maltese tiger, we are not just seeking answers about its existence, but also reflecting on our relationship with nature and our role in its preservation. The Maltese tiger, whether it prowls in reality or only in our imaginations, continues to captivate and inspire us.
That was some wildlife whispers there. Let me start closing this stuff. It's getting crowded up here. Yeah, I had the I was worried that I wasn't going to be long enough to cover this topic, but I guess it really was. But I have this whole the cryptid wiki of it pulled up here. In support of the blue tiger theory, Maltese-colored cats certainly do exist. The most common are domestic cat breeds, the Russian blue, and a variety of British shorthair, the British blue. But blue bobcats and lynxes have also been recorded. There are genetic mutations and combinations that result in a bluish hue, or at least the impression of a blue-gray animal. Shucker, yeah, or Shuker, I guess is how you say it. Shuker suggests that blue tigers possess two different pairs of recessive alleles, the non-agouti and the dilute, which combine to produce a solid blue-gray color as found in domestic cats such as the British blue and Russian blue, but would not produce the striped blue tigers that are reported. Okay, so that's Shucker's take on it. But let's look at this video real quick about the black tiger, though, because this is like one of my favorite things that happened recently.
Instinct might be deemed as the most exceptional feline globally. Its physical traits are equally formidable when likened to the commonly hued tigers. However, its stunning appearance causes anyone to submit before the emperor of the jungle. Ancient tales of human assaults in a renowned painting have been depicted as mere myths from Indian folklore. Nevertheless, the modern era has arrived, confirming the actual existence of black tigers. Lately, a tiger bearing this appearance garnered global online magazine headlines.
Black tiger. Now, when I was a kid, there was this movie called Beastmaster, right? And in the movie, the character like could talk to animals and stuff, and he had a black tiger as like one of his like little pack that follows him around, right? And I was like, oh, that's so cool, a black tiger. I didn't know this was a thing. And I thought black tigers were a thing. And then I found out they weren't, that they painted that tiger. And then I found out that the tiger died from them painting it, which is why in the sequel, he just has a regular tiger instead.
Yet, be aware that there is much more underlying this narrative. After all, the sighting and documentation of this exceedingly rare tiger have been discussed for centuries, demonstrating that nature is splendid in all its creations. Today, you will become acquainted with the account of the world's rarest tiger, the black tiger. So, go ahead and click the like button.
No, it means like a cryptid animal is not necessarily fake. It just means they haven't been identified by science yet. So, like, and a lot of cryptozoologists will make claims that, like, oh, the coelacanth was a cryptid, the gorilla was a cryptid, the okapi was a cryptid, but they really weren't. Like, I mean, the coelacanth, and younger creationists will bring the coelacanth up nonstop as well. Coelacanth is an interesting case. It's like that lives in underwater caves, right? The ones that survive anyway live in underwater caves. All the rest of them went extinct that lived everywhere else. So discovering that they were able to squeeze out a niche in caves is not surprising. It's like finding the olm, like, you know, the olm, the salamander from that lives in European caves. It's that kind of vibe, right? It lived in a cave far down under in the depths of the ocean, underground caves. So, yeah, of course they're gonna go unseen for years, and eventually, like one got trawled up or whatever, right? But it was never like a cryptid, like where people are like, oh no, the coelacanth exists, it's still around, and it's out there somewhere, and so we're gonna find it someday, and then they found it. That's not what happened, right? The gorilla is another interesting case on that, when you talk about like real cryptids, because the gorilla is like a retroactive cryptid. Like there were stories of these wild men that lived in the jungles off of West Africa, that, you know, there were hairy beast men, right? And the males were huge and had, yeah. Anyway, the Hanno the Navigator is the one that stands out from those tales and those narratives, where it was like, oh, these are legendary like satyrs and stuff, and then come to find out that, hey, maybe they were actually encountering gorillas, or at least relics of gorillas that the natives were showing them. You know, maybe like gorillas' hands were a thing that they'd cut off, or their heads, stuff like that. So yeah, but you have to retroactively apply that to being a cryptid. In the okapi, the African unicorn is another one that people cite that's kind of retroactively made into a cryptid, right? They knew they were tracking some sort of big animal, big horned animal, right? They just the big surprise was that they thought it was going to be a perseodactyl, right? Something in the family of the horses and tapirs and rhinos. That's what they were expecting to find. And it actually found a giraffe relative instead that was that matched the skin. Because the stripes look so much like equid stripes that they're like, yeah, this has got to be a perseodactyl. And it wasn't. All right. Black tigers, yes.
And subscribe to the channel. Your subscription is entirely free and significantly contributes to our endeavor. Hit the like button. Here we go. 1772, British East Indies, in the region that is now India. In 1772, a portion of India was under British rule. Cities were few, while villages were more abundant, and nature remained closely intertwined with inhabited areas. Human settlements were beginning to expand, directly impacting wildlife as some animals encroached upon areas that were once their natural habitat. Numerous incidents involving felines, such as tigers and leopards, were documented.
Yeah, I'd say all the people saying they watched Beastmaster. Did you all know that tiger died from the hair dye? He got poisoned and died. Isn't that sad?
Including a tale about a tiger with an unprecedented appearance. Due to naval advancements, it was common for high-ranking English individuals to visit Indian lands, seeking to explore the region and broaden their perspectives by immersing themselves in its customs and culture. Among these travelers, hunters and artists were prevalent. According to records from the same era, a black tiger was said to have been responsible for attacking humans in the port region, and local inhabitants forbade any hunter from killing it, as they believed this feline to be a deity. The first witnessed attack occurred in March of that year.
That's a leopard.
2 British sailors were returning
No,
to
that
their
was a
ship,
jaguar.
which was anchored in March
Yeah,
of
it's
that
a
year.
jaguar.
2 British sailors were returning to their ship, which was anchored in the port. It was nighttime, and for some reason they didn't yet fully comprehend, the local populace didn't move around much during the night hours.
You're in Canada? How's the weather up in Canada?
They spoke of an enraged deity visiting the port from time to time, claiming human lives to maintain its immortality. To those men, it was all ancient beliefs, but in reality, this deity was a tiger highly camouflaged in the darkness of the night due to its dark-colored fur. When it roamed the port, only an enormous shadow moving in the darkness and a pair of eyes hungry for human flesh could be seen. The sailors were approaching their anchored ship when suddenly they were ambushed by a massive tiger that attacked the 2 men. The cries were heard by others sleeping on their boats and even by residents in their homes meters away from the scene.
But so far it's just a tiger.
With the sound of the attack, many people rushed towards the port, carrying oil lamps, and that was when many saw for the first time the entirely black tiger devouring its prey. The commotion caused the feline to flee, but the mystery of the nocturnal reaping deity was resolved.
If it's entirely black, why assume it's a tiger and not a leopard? I mean, obviously there's differences in their sizes, right? But like, I think every time that a black tiger was like shot or whatever and they examined it, it always turned out to be a leopard. Woot woot! Vandalia 1998. Speaking of cryptids, we are talking about Inhumans and the rest of the MCU Phase 2 tonight, if interested. Okay.
The human bodies found brutally attacked and the
24 months, that's 2 years. Wow, thank you so much for being a friend and a fan.
Children weren't to sustain the immortality of a god, but rather to satisfy the hunger of a tiger. Some British hunters wanted to pursue the feline but were stopped by the local people, who still believed it to be a god in the form of a tiger. James Forbes, a renowned painter, had traveled to India multiple times intending to use the new...
I could be a god in the form of a cougar. I guess that's a growl. I don't know. Is it a growl or a purr? Oh.
Setting as inspiration for his canvases. In one of his paintings, he depicted the black tiger. The artwork became famous for showcasing a feline never before seen in the society of that era. His watercolor painting depicted a black-colored tiger that James swore he had witnessed
Cool.
with his own eyes one evening on the beach's edge. The tiger was never seen again, which further sustained the divine belief surrounding its appearances within the
I
culture
like black tigers, though. I think they're pretty freaking cool.
of the Indian people at the time. However, rumors circulated that sailors avenged the attack on the two men by killing the tiger and disposing of its body in the high seas. Several years later,
Why
in
not sell its body to science for monies?
1786, a British journalist named Mr. Hastings covered a report about a feline referred to as the black tiger brought to the Indies to the city of London, England. Decades later, in 1844, another black-colored feline was brought to the Queen's Land. However, in both cases, it wasn't actually a tiger, despite being labeled as such. It was.
That's because I think that, like, in it might just be in Portuguese, but I think it might be in all Romanic languages. Tiger can also mean just big cat, right? Like jaguars are called tiger, but yeah, with Tigre in like old Spanish records. They're called tigers. The jaguars are. So it may be a situation like that, which is where it's a language thing.
Fact, a leopard with melanism. Leopards and jaguars are felines that can indeed exhibit higher melanin production, resulting in darker fur tones. Although they are beautiful, they are not rare. The genetic mutation known as melanism occurs frequently in nature.
Melanism, what? Melanin? It's kind of funny to say it that way, though.
Well as in captivity. The 1772 incident and James Forbes painting were the sole documented accounts of a tiger with dark fur. Consequently, the scientific community didn't believe in the existence of such a rare feline. As years went by, other sightings of black tigers came to light, ranging from attacks on Asian islands to an attempted hunt in a small country in Southwest Asia called Burma.
A small country called Burma. Ever heard of it? They don't go by Burma anymore. It's Myanmar now.
Were reported in China and Vietnam, but none of them provided sufficient evidence to confirm the animal as a true tiger. Thus, the black tiger was described as a legend or pure fantasy. Over 200 years passed since James Forbes' painting until 1991, when a dark-colored tiger cub was spotted by 15 tourists in the Baladagar region of India. In the same area, an adult black tiger was seen in 1993 and then in 1996, but none of these appearances were
Wonder if this is the same cub.
captured in photographs, and once again the story was dismissed as sensationalism. However, the rare black tiger
There we
was on the
go.
verge
Oh
of
my
being
gosh, they're
documented in
so
modern
cool looking. So much cooler looking than if they were solid black too. They look like you're like, you know how the fire burns down really low and you blow on the embers and they crackle to life. That's what this reminds me of. They're like charcoal tigers, like burning coal tigers. Or tiger, I guess. Look at that. Amazing. I love them so much.
science. In 2010, the Arignar Anna Zoological Park in India issued a statement that 3 white tiger cubs with thick black stripes covering almost their entire bodies had been born in the zoo. 2 of them were killed by their mother, but 1 survived to be presented to the world.
See,
The
that looks
1772 story was revived, and contemporary by the world.
that looks almost like a Maltese tiger there, right? Like in the right lighting conditions, that would definitely look like a Maltese tiger to me.
The 1772 story was revived, and contemporary biologists began to consider the possibility of the existence of black tigers in the wild. The confirmation of the existence of the rarest modern feline occurred only in 2012, when the Indian Similipal Tiger Reserve issued a statement confirming that adult tigers with melanism had been sighted by local
So
guides
cool.
multiple times in its vicinity. Other guides and tourists in the forests of Karnataka, also in India, claim to have seen tigers with much thicker black stripes.
Yeah, that's not quite as impressive as the other one, but see how the stripes are almost doubled over. It's like double melanism on the stripes. They're double striped tiger. but I like how it has the darker fur in between, and then the rivers of the light pigment running all the way through. That's really cool. Sometimes the space in between becomes solid black. Like, look at that. That gets solid black up through here. Really cool looking.
Than usual at least once. It was then that biologists set up camp in the Semilopal Tiger Reserve to deepen their studies, and the first scientific articles were published. In these articles, information about tigers with melanism, a semi-melanism, was deemed true by experts, cataloging 3 tigers with this condition in the Semilopal Tiger Reserve. According to the online publication Down to Earth, in May 2023, one of these 3 rare animals was killed in a territorial confrontation with another male.
Ooh, that's sad. Look how pretty that coat was.
In the case of this specimen, it was commonly referred to as semi-melanism. A video that made waves during the pandemic on July 31st, 2023.
See, that's more what you expect with the regular tiger stripes. And if you look at tiger stripes, like really look at them, they're stretched out rosettes, like what you have on leopards and jaguars. They are the same shapes. They're just stretched out long across along the body up and down. You can see it here, really good. And here, some of them when you stretch it out, the smaller ones they close up, right, and they fill in the area. But yeah,
showcased a stunning black tiger found in the Semilopal Tiger Reserve. The video was released to celebrate World Tiger Day, showcasing the rarest among them. Dr. Samrat Goda reported that the overall tiger population in the reserve had doubled thanks to the efforts of that team. The black tiger possesses melanism, just like leopards and jaguars, a genetic condition that significantly increases melanin production. Some of them aren't entirely black but exhibit this condition in their genetic makeup. So far, this mutation...
Yeah, it almost seems like it'd be better to call them like double striped tigers, or even like triple striped tigers maybe, for the super, super dark ones. But like none of them are really what I'd call full melanism, like what you see with leopards and jaguars, and some jungle cats. Hi, Robin.
Has only been observed in Bengal tigers, similar to what happens with white tigers. It's estimated that there are only 7 black tigers on the entire planet Earth, making them one of the rarest animals on the planet and undoubtedly one of the most spectacular living felines today.
When a white one gets that pattern.
Please let me know what you thought about this video,
Brian.
and if you have any more information on this topic, feel free to share it here in the comments.
Kelly.
Don't leave the video without giving it a like and subscribing to the channel.
If somebody else popped in I didn't see yet, good morning. All right, let's see. And let's look at the different color morphs of tigers. Wild Panthera.
Welcome friends. In this video, I will discuss about all types of tigers. And I will also discuss about how to distinguish the different subspecies of tigers. The tiger has 9 subspecies. 3 of these are already extinct. The historical range of tigers all across Asia is now significantly smaller. Friends, did you know that the stripe pattern is different in each and every tigers?
I didn't know that.
The markings are so unique, like human fingerprints. The stripes could also be used as a means of camouflage. Number 1. Siberian tiger. The Siberian tigers are the largest captive subspecies of tigers. These tigers can live up to 26 years in captivity and 15 years in the wild. The Amur tigers have brown, dark and vertical stripes covering their body, including their legs. They have fewer, narrow and lighter stripes than any other tiger.
This is the ones that would live in like northern China and Russia and North Korea.
Subspecies. Whereas other types of tigers have black stripes, but Siberian tigers have dark brown stripes. Number 2. Bengal tiger. Recently, the Bengal tiger have been considered the largest living wild subspecies of tigers. It is still the subspecies with the most living individuals left.
It's also the most dangerous species to humans because they attack humans. In India,
That approx 2,967 adult tiger population. The Bengal tiger's coat is yellow to light orange with stripes, ranging from dark brown to black. The belly and interior parts of the limbs are white and the tail is orange with black rings. Number 3. Sumatran tiger. The Sumatran tigers are the smallest tiger subspecies compared to other species.
don't make that confusion to thinking they're small though. They're still the size of like a jaguar. I say that different every time I say it. Jaguar. Jaguar. Yeah, I know. Jaguar.
These tigers have
Like
more
guar.
stripes. Male Sumatran tigers' ruffs are larger than other tiger subspecies. Their whiskers are long and strong and their ears are small and round. Number 4. Malayan tiger. The Malayan tiger has orange colored body covered with black stripes. White fur can be seen around eyes, on the cheeks and the belly. Black stripes are thinner compared with stripes of other tigers and they provide perfect camouflage in the jungle. Number 5. Indo-Chinese tiger. The Indo-Chinese tiger is
And
characterized.
this one would probably be the species. If the Maltese tiger existed, this would be the species that it existed among, right? Because of the range.
By its smaller stature when compared to other tiger subspecies. It has a dark orange or golden base coat color,
Look at those eyes.
but its stripes are not as bold as the Bengal tiger. Number 6. South China tiger. Their coat is lighter and more yellowish and the paws, face and stomach appear more white.
I
This-
think maybe this might be the one. I don't know though, because we got Indo-Chinese tiger and South China tiger. But there's no tigers in the range that the Maltese tiger was sighted in anymore.
Stripes are narrower, more numerous and more sharp-edged. The South Chinese tiger are extinct in the wild, but they alive in captivity.
Other extraordinary tigers. They got the white tigers.
White tiger. Someone asked me that is white tiger is a separate species.
No.
My answer is no. Actually, they are not a separate subspecies. They are white because of a recessive gene has made them white. The white fur caused by a lack of the pigment pheomelanin, which is found in Bengal tigers with orange color fur. Stripeless or snow white tiger.
Those ones look the coolest, I think. I love the stripeless tigers with the silver eyes. They're like they kind of remind me of what I would like. I know they probably didn't look like that, but like what I like in my head, I visualize a Beringian lion looking like.
An additional genetic condition can result in near complete absence of stripes, making the tiger almost pure white. This may be
But they inbreed them too. We got to keep that in mind. That like these white tigers, like Siegfried and Roy, all that stuff, they inbreed them, and it's very bad for them. The cubs have genetic defects because of the inbreeding.
due to inbreeding in same family members. This wide variety of tiger is
Look at
very
the tail.
rare
That's so cool.
that
though.
may observe only in captivity. Golden tiger. A golden tiger, sometimes called a golden tabby tiger or strawberry tiger, is a tiger with a color
I like
variation
that.
caused by a recessive gene, like white tigers and snow
Erethism,
tigers.
yeah.
It is a color form and not a separate subspecies. It's happened due to inbreeding and less genetic diversity. Black tiger. A black tiger is a rare color variant of the tiger and is not a distinct species or geographic subspecies. So-called black tigers are due to pseudomelanism. Pseudomelanistic tigers have thick stripes so close together that the tawny background is barely visible between stripes.
It's cool that they have them in zoos now because they haven't been. I mean, I'd say it's cool, but like so that they can actually study them and find out their genetics and stuff is what I mean. Not that that's cool that they're living in captivity. That sucks for any kind of wild animal, especially a large predator that's used to roaming over huge swaths of land.
Pseudomelanistic tigers exist and can be seen
John
in
Hudson.
the wild and in zoos. Blue tiger or Maltese tiger. The Maltese tiger is a blue-colored tiger found in China. But
So
friends,
pretty.
according to scientists, this
But they don't. I don't believe these ones actually exist though.
is totally fake. That artificially created by Photoshop. So the blue or Maltese tiger are never exist in wild or captivity.
See, you had that last video telling us that they were real. So, I mean, tell me, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about these crazy tigers? All right, the black tigers, Maltese tigers. That strawberry tiger is pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, it's just a little bit something different. You know, we can't all be Bigfoot. It can't all be Loch Ness monsters and Mothman and stuff. Sometimes I do want to look at like things that are more plausible, like this weird color morph of tiger that allegedly exists in remote Chinese mountain areas or something along those lines. Just something fun that's more plausible. Because like the black tiger, right? Yeah. But you can tell me down below which one was your favorite. And yeah, and please remember to be kind. Take care, and we'll see you next time.